Tammy and Bruce's wreck. When I met Tammy, I dated a lot of girls. And after the third date with Tammy, at least by the third date, maybe the first, second, or third date, I knew I was going to marry Tammy. I looked down at the Ogden LDS temple. I saw it, and I had an impression, I will marry this girl. I didn't tell her about it, but I remember that. And of course, as I was driving down the street, after I'd been with her for 2 or 3 hours, I'd drive down the street from her house on 7th Street, the top of 7th Street, the east end, upper east end of 7th Street. I'd be driving down, and there's a couple stop signs down there until you got to Harrison, and I'd be farting the whole way as I'd drive down. But anyway, because of all the gas that would build up, I didn't dare fart in front of her. But anyway, I was just in love and infatuated, and I could not get her off my mind. I thought about her all the time. I wanted to be with her all the time. She made me feel loved and accepted all the time. And I just wanted to be with her all the time. I would work really hard at Coca-Cola making $5 an hour, and at the deaf school making $5 an hour. And then I had this old Ford LTD gigantic sedan car that I could hardly afford to put gas in, and I'd go see her, and I did everything, every moment I could spend with her, I spent with her all the time, and we never stopped talking. It's too bad it's not like that now, but whatever. But I absolutely loved being with her, and we just enjoyed each other. But she never wore a seatbelt. She had this little Mustang car. She never wore a seatbelt. And I'm like, you need to wear your seatbelt, because I wore my seatbelt. Well, I don't need to wear my seatbelt, whatever, you know. She's kind of stubborn. And so I'm like, well, crap, if you're not going to wear your seatbelt, we just got gas over by Ben Lomond High School. Well, if you're not going to wear your seatbelt, then I'm not going to wear my seatbelt. That was stupid. So we drive down to 12th Street, kind of by Ben Lomond High School, either on Monroe or Harrison. We dropped down to 12th Street and we took a right. We're heading west on 12th Street. And approximately just west of Monroe, closer to Greg Doxey Chiropractic, or closer to Maple Gardens Express, or closer to Washington, I'm down there fixing her radio, trying to adjust the channels on her radio. And I guess she looks down at me while I'm trying to adjust the radio channels, and all of a sudden, boom, we fly up against. She slams up against the steering wheel. I slam up against the windshield, and I can just feel the windshield popping around my face and my head right here, and I can just feel my back just going crunch. Every vertebrae in my back just snapping, popping, just crunching. We had been in a wreck. She looked down at me and she rear-ended somebody going about 40 miles an hour. So they stopped, we hit them, and it was bad. It hurt bad. It broke her arm or her hand. Anyway, when they did the x-ray on my body, they said I had a back at that time of a 40-year-old, and I was only 20, 23, something like that. And they had to pull glass out of my head and stuff like that. Not a lot, but some. But man, I couldn't do anything. I just smashed up against there like a bug, man. Like a bug hitting a windshield. I was just smashed. Couldn't do anything. But anyway, and then I went over and said hi to her that night. And we spent some time, and we felt more closely connected because we had been in a wreck with each other. And Maurice brought some candy and flowers over for her. And I answered the door because she was in her bedroom. And hi, Maurice, come on in. She's in the other room. That was her other boyfriend. And so I was very unintimidated by him because I knew I was going to marry her without a doubt. Went in, gave her some flowers and candy, and then left. But anyway, that was our wreck.